Hello, everybody. Welcome to my BookTube channel, Marlicia's Meanderings. I am Marlicia, and I am here today to do a book haul. I was going to divide the book haul up into genres, but decided, I just put them all together. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it. The first book I have to show you today is a book that my daughter gave me, Talia from Talia Nerds Out, gave me a book on Padre Pio because I'm a really big fan. I love Padre Pio, and he had to work to get me to love him, but he did. He's amazing. This is written by his by a person who considered Padre Pio his mentor and friend, Father Gabriel Amorth. Amorth. I'm not sure. It's Amorth. So it's his memories of Padre Pio, and I'm really looking forward to that. I always like firsthand accounts of people's relationships with other people, especially saints. So this is going to be fun. And that's the only religious one I have today, believe it or not. The next book I have, I've got two by the same author. This is by Earl Dare Biggers, and he is the author of the Charlie Chan Mysteries. And the first one I have to show you is called Charlie Chan Carries On, a Charlie Chan mystery. And look at this cover. I love that. Isn't that an amazing cover? Very old-fashioned, kind of noirish. And it's got that kind of satin finish to it. It's very soft and smooth. It's very comfortable to read. It feels nice in the hand. The print is really nice, too, if you look on the inside of it. So I have no idea what this mystery is about. It looks like he might be on a ship, which doesn't surprise me since he always goes back and forth from Hawaii to California, specifically San Francisco. And I think in the movies he goes to Japan or China or whatever, but in the books, the only books I've read, he's done California and Hawaii, because he lives in Hawaii. So that's this one here. The second one I got is actually an omnibus, and it has 5 complete novels, Charlie Chan by Earl Dare Biggers, and that's the dust jacket for it. The book itself, give you a better look at the dust jacket. This is a large book, but it does have 5 novels in it. So it's just a plain cover here, but a really nice binding. I'm not really sure how long these stories are, but I think the print will have something to do with it because the print is fairly small. I can read them with my glasses, for which I am grateful. But you can see it's very closely printed with very small margins. And for all 5 novels, it's 713 pages. So 713 pages for 5 novels, but that would make them quite short. But if they're like this one here, this one is 300 pages. I'm figuring that because the print is so small, it makes it seem like a less large book. But I'm looking forward to these. I like Charlie Chan. I didn't even realize that he had novels. I'd been watching the movies with my husband, and when we did, I don't know what we were doing, something about mysteries. I don't know if it was a read along or if I was talking to Talia. And I thought, let me look up Charlie Chan since, you've got all these other people, Poirot and everything, who have been made into TV movies from books. Let's see if Charlie Chan has. And I have another one that I have on my wish list that I found out also it is on books as well, and it's called Mr. Moto. And I found those as well, so I've got those on my wish list because those tend to be a little bit more pricey. And I apologize if I seem to be lisping a little bit. I put in a new Invisalign today, braces, and I'm not quite used to them. So for today, maybe that'll help a little bit. So I've got Mysteries and Religion. This one is a fantasy. It's called Inkheart. And it's apparently the author wrote also something called The Thief Lord, which I'll have to look up. Her name is Cornelia Funk. Wasn't that a pretty cover? And I first saw this as the movie with Brendan Fraser. And I love the idea. Oh, look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that cover. I'll keep the dust jacket on as long as... Oh, it feels soft. I'm sorry. I haven't taken the cover off before, so I'm excited about this. It's a very nice book. It has a little bit of damage on the back here, but I don't know if that's intentional. You know, actually, it's a bug. Yeah, this bug. I can cover the bug up now. I won't tell Talia about the bugs. There are bugs all over this. Huh. The premise of this story is really interesting. I like it from the standpoint of a reader, and I like it from the standpoint of a writer. The story is about someone. There are certain individuals who, when they read characters out of the story, but there's a consequence to that. And I would rather not tell you what the consequence is, because it'll give away a little bit of the story. But needless to say, the consequence does occur, and this story is how that consequence is resolved. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it immensely. The movie, I haven't read the book yet. I'm looking forward to reading this book. It is a large book. It is 534 pages. And the print is fairly good size, but not huge. It's not like, well, I guess you might call it large print. I don't know. What do you think? I'm really looking forward to this. I have so many things that I want to read, and I don't do TBRs, so I don't know when I'm going to get to this. It is on my TBR. Okay. Now, the next books I'm going to show you as a set. They're 2 sets. They're all 6 books by the same author. And I was going to do them all together, and then I was going to do them as their own book haul. And then I realized, even though I've read them a couple of times over, I don't remember enough to give them their due in their own book haul. So what I'll do is, when I read them, I'll do a book review or something like that. But I just want to show you the books, because it was a real find for me, because I'm always looking for, I feel like I'm cockeyed here. I'm always looking for fantasies and mysteries and all kinds of books that I can read that are clean, that they don't have situations, adult situations, adult language, if you will, and things like that, but are still really well written books and have a good story and have good characterization. So I was really surprised when I found this one. I think I must have found it, I want to say it was prior to 2020. It's kind of funny how you kind of break the time in between, before 2020 and after 2020. But this is the author's Patrick Carr. I have all of his books. There's only one I don't care for, and it's not a fantasy. I just didn't. I might have to go back and revisit it. It wasn't bad. I just didn't care for it as much. These I love, and I started out with his. This is the. I have to check to see what it's actually called. I think this is The Dark Water. Let me see. It's published by Bethany House, so this is a Christian publisher. And, oh well, poop doodles. It's the Staff and the Sword series. Okay, the Staff and the Sword. And this one has 3 books. I think this is the one that has 3. I think this one down here has the 4. And the reason I say that, I will explain later. Yes. Okay, so this is a 3-book series. You have The Cast of Stones. The Hero's Lot is book 2. And The Draw of Kings is book 3. Now, I have read these 2 or 3 times, but because I've read so many things afterward, and because I just don't seem to remember things very well anymore, I can't tell you a whole lot about it without maybe running the risk of mixing the 2 series up or giving away more than I want to. So suffice to say that both of these series have a very good character arc for the main character, and also for some of the ancillary characters. I was really, it's got good messages in it, I think. So this is I don't know if this is the first one he wrote, the first series he wrote, or if the other one was, but this was the first one I read, I believe. the second series is the Dark Water series. And you'll notice I have 3 books. This is a 4-book series. I got all his books on ebook first, and the first book is a novella, and it is only on ebook. He is in the process of rewriting it or touching it up because apparently that was the first book he wrote. So maybe this was the first series, and maybe this was the first series I read. I don't remember. It was too long ago. But so there's the first book is called, or the first novella is called By Divine Right. Okay. And then you've got The Shock of the Night, Shattered Vigil, and The Wounded Shadow. And again, these are all very, very thick books. I don't think any of them clock in under maybe 450 pages, 430 pages. And I read these as ebooks very, very quickly. It was very engrossing, very interesting. I didn't have to worry about anything that would offend me because I'm very much a PG-13 kind of reader. I'm not even sure if I'm there anymore, given some of the stuff that's considered that in the movies. But, so yeah, these, I was going to do, like I said, a complete standalone for these 6 books, and I decided that I wouldn't be able to say anything except that I really like the series, and I think you should check them out if you'd like to. I don't know that they're available new anymore. Might check Amazon if you're interested. I found mine on Thrift Books used, and it was well worth having. I think it was the Wounded Shadow that I had to wait for. It was very expensive. For some reason, it was very difficult to get one of these books, and I think it was The Wounded Shadow. Very expensive, and finally it came down in price, and I was able to get that. I think Talia had to pick it up for me, and I paid her back for it. So these are my books for my book haul. I will probably have another haul, hopefully not in the near future, but I seem to just kind of attract books. I don't know how they come to me. I don't know how they come. All of a sudden they're there wanting a book haul. So a book haul video. I do have a review I want to do, and that's going to also touch upon a book haul. I didn't show the book because it's not in very good shape. Well, actually, I am going to show it to you. I'm going to go ahead and include it, and then I can do the review. I'm just going to come off screen for just a second. I had read 84 Charing Cross Road, and I was going to do a review on that a little bit later. It's by Helene Hanff, and this is called The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street, and it is a follow-on to 84 Charing House Road. And I don't want to say any more than that because it'll give things away. And I just received this, maybe a week ago or maybe 10 days. And Talia said, Mom, you're at loose ends for what you want to read. Why don't you go ahead and read this? So I started reading it. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I just want to show you this. The binding, you know how sometimes the binding, if you pull a book out, it feels stiff and you're afraid to open it because you're afraid the pages are going to come out. That's what happened. Okay. It was very, very stiff in the binding, and I have several places where I was afraid they were going to fall out, and at least 1 or 2 places where they actually did fall out. See, the cover page fell out, and it's a very nice cover. As far as I can tell, it's a really good book, but it's falling apart, so I was really disappointed. Talia ordered me another one. I'll pay her back for it later, but I hope that she can get her money back for this because I hadn't paid her for this. And so I hope you can get her money back, or they give her credit when she gets the next one, because that's not really acceptable. I know it's an old book, but they didn't say anything about the cover being in such bad condition. I don't know if they just didn't look at it, because if just having it on the countertop or something, it wouldn't look like there was anything wrong with it. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. But if you even take the time to just kind of flip through it, you can feel that the binding, I don't know if you could hear that, the binding is very, very stiff, and I guess the glue is overly dried or whatever it is they use to put it together. So I was kind of disappointed in that. But on a good point, I think that the story is pretty good. It's nonfiction, just like the other one. This is, as I said, the second part of, not the second part, but the next in the series for 84 Charing Cross Road. I think this is the last of them. that series. So yeah, I'm sorry for being a little bit flighty. I did this video on a whim. My husband said, hey, you have time, do it. We got a busy day tomorrow. So here I am. So I'm glad that you joined me. I hope you enjoyed the book haul and my meanderings a little more than my normal meanderings, but thank you for sticking with me if you did. And I hope that you will be back to meander with me in the future. And I will see you again next time. God bless and have a great weekend.